Everybody's coming in. Great. Good afternoon. Thank you, John Lutz. It is my honor to welcome everyone to our spring staff assembly at Vanderbilt University. I'm André Churchwell, Vanderbilt's Vice Chancellor for Outreach, Inclusion, and Belonging, and Chief Diversity Officer. It brings me great joy to be here today, surrounded by those of you gathered in person, and I extend a warm welcome to those who are joining us online. I'm deeply grateful to each and every one of you for taking the time to come together for this momentous occasion. As we gather to celebrate and recognize the tremendous dedication, talent, and achievements of Vanderbilt's extraordinary staff. These staff assemblies, held every fall and spring, serve as important milestones in our academic year. They provide us with a valuable opportunity to come together as a university community, reflecting upon the journey we have embarked upon and the progress we have made. Today, as we gather to mark the close of another successful academic year, we take this time to celebrate all we have achieved together. At Vanderbilt, we're privileged to have an exceptional community of staff members who contribute their expertise, passion, and hard work to propel our institution forward. Each and every one of you plays a vital role in shaping the fabric of our university, and it's through your collective efforts that we have reached new heights of excellence. To begin our program today, I'm pleased to welcome University Staff Advisory Council President-elect Adam McKeever-Burgett and Executive Committee member Jennifer Bennett. Adam is an Assistant Dean in the School of Engineering and is the USAC President-elect. Jennifer is an Administrative Officer for Finance in the School of Medicine, Basic Sciences, and she has served as co-chair of the Events Committee for 2 years. Please join me in welcoming Adam and Jennifer to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Churchwell. Thank you also to Chancellor Diermeier for hosting this event, and to everyone present today, both in person and online, for coming together to celebrate and honor the important work of our Vanderbilt University staff. Jennifer and I are here to speak on behalf of the University Staff Advisory Council, or USAC. We are also here to speak on behalf of the current USAC President, Amanda Harding, who could not be here today. She is out of the country celebrating her first wedding anniversary and her recent graduation from the Doctor of Education program through Peabody College. Congrats, Amanda. Yeah. Over the last few months and throughout the next several months, the university community is taking inventory of Vanderbilt's first 150 years. We are looking back so we can look forward, planning and dreaming about the next 150 years. Jennifer and I have been tasked with taking the normal USAC presentation, where we talk about USAC's highlights from the past year, its importance, and ways staff can get involved, and sesquicentizing it. That is, we've been asked to identify the contributions of university staff members who came before us so we can learn and draw inspiration from their bold and necessary endeavors as we plan and advocate for our future. That charge, however, has been a difficult one. You certainly cannot survey the history of Vanderbilt without sensing the immense work of staff, from those who cleaned, maintained, and secured the campus's first buildings, to the staff researchers and grant managers who have helped secure and expend billions of dollars in research funding, to the student affairs professionals who aid in students being amongst the happiest at any university in the United States. Staff have supported Vanderbilt's existence and mission since the beginning. Without the staff, Vanderbilt wouldn't be here. However, the history of Vanderbilt has largely been written without much mention of staff. Indeed, in Gone with the Ivy, a biography of Vanderbilt University, Paul Conklin writes, "Early records of Vanderbilt make only oblique references to a final, essential part of the community, the staff. The rare mention of staff's vital contributions is certainly due to many staff members being persons of color and/or women in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Additionally, in looking at several other books written about the history of Vanderbilt, staff do not play a prominent role and tend to only be mentioned in passing. In examining a large portion of our first 150 years, we cannot find much mention of staff at all. That, of course, has changed in more modern times. While we're not exactly sure, and this is a research project for another day, USAC was likely started in the 1970s or 1980s. Our webpage includes addresses to the Board of Trust and various reports and recommendations to administration that date to the mid-90s. A perusal of those documents and email exchanges with past USAC presidents who still work at Vanderbilt show that over the past 30 years, the university has been responsive to staff concerns surfaced through USAC. Concerns like the offering of short-term disability plans, measures taken to strengthen the privacy of staff records, the creation of lactation rooms across campus, and the proliferation of all-gender restrooms were advocated for by USAC and then implemented by the university in the past 30 years. More recently, the creation and expansion of professional development opportunities, the offering of Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth as paid holidays for staff, and the expansion of the parental leave benefit were all recommendations made by the council to the administration, and all have been adopted, showing the university's increased emphasis of and interest in staff life at Vanderbilt. The upward trajectory of attention to and interest in Vanderbilt University staff continues at a rapid pace. The very fact that we are gathered here at a staff assembly is one sign of this increased attention to our interests and needs. This is only the third of these spring staff assemblies in the history of the university, all initiated under the leadership of Chancellor Diermeier. In fact, the Chancellor met with the USAC President and Vice President on his first official day at Vanderbilt, and staff members were included in the platform parties and processions for both the Chancellor's investiture and the sesquicentennial kickoff. Our inclusion of these events gives us hope for greater staff involvement and recognition in the life of the university, as well as the promise that staff will figure more prominently in the writing of Vanderbilt's history throughout the next 150 years. Before Jennifer discusses some of the ways that USAC's partnership with the university has emerged this past year, I want to briefly describe the council. As our vision statement says, the council works to promote a strong partnership among the staff, faculty, students, and administration of the university. One of our past USAC presidents summed up the main work of the council nicely when he said, "Vanderbilt cannot operate without the thousands of exceptional staff who contribute to fulfilling the university's mission. Like any large group of people, it can be challenging to feel as though your voice is being heard without representation, and that's where USAC comes in. We work closely with Vanderbilt's leadership to ensure issues impacting staff are considered and addressed. Issues that impact staff usually make their way to USAC through one of our nearly 100 voting members who represent all non-union staff at the university. All of our members serve on one of our committees that facilitate the work of USAC. Jennifer Bennett, who serves as the co-chair of one of these committees, will now share a bit about what USAC has done in 2022-2023, why USAC is important, and how you can get involved.
Thanks, Adam. USAC is committed to continued collaboration with the university in various ways to enhance the staff experience at Vanderbilt through social engagement, professional development, and a dedication to the listening ear of any staffer who needs a channel to express themselves. Each one of our committees has done a dynamic job this academic year to move the council's vision forward. The Communications Committee kicked off a campaign to raise awareness about USAC amongst the staff population by educating them on the importance of selecting representatives for each group while maintaining the accurate database of members, which will remain a campaign aiding in the evolution of responsiveness to the needs of our community. Our membership committee worked to fill representative vacancies caused by staff turnover, took a part in task force hoping to make USAC a beacon to represent the constituent body, and is currently wrapping up another election cycle. Our newest committee for equity, diversity, and inclusion highlighted the many ethnic groups on campus through the Heritage Calendar Series and facilitated an in-depth EDI training for the council around religious pluralism in the workplace. Our events committee, pictured here, held space for colleagues from across campus to come together for social events and to serve our community. I am particularly proud of the funds raised for Second Harvest Food Bank through our virtual campaign. Our collaboration with One Generation Away was to provide food in the community surrounding Vanderbilt for families in need, and most recently worked alongside the Graduate Career Closet and the Community Resource Center in conjunction with the Women's Center for the Period Project Drive. The Staff Life Committee, which is responsible for researching and prioritizing issues of staff concerns that have been vocalized, submitted summaries of issues to Vanderbilt administration on topics related to staff compensation, tuition benefit for staff members, and other policy-related issues. They also met regularly with employee learning and engagement to help ensure the professional development desires of staff and the ELE team offerings are aligned. A huge reason for the excitement this year is an issue near and dear to USAC, and something that we have requested for a long time: the makeover of the Employee Hardship Fund, now called the Employee Critical Support Fund. This makeover was accompanied by seed funding from the university, along with diversified ways to contribute to the fund via the Kroger Community Rewards Program and payroll deduction, which fostered an increase in the amount of support offered to staff members in need. As you can see, USAC does important work and has done so since it began some time ago. I think I speak for all USAC representatives when I encourage you to get involved in USAC. Come to our meetings to learn what is happening around campus. Come to our social gatherings to get to know your colleagues. And let us know what issues impact your life at work so we can advocate on your behalf.
To help celebrate all our fellow staff members, USAC leaders had the chance to collaborate on a short video, which you will see in just a moment. As Jennifer said, please let us know what issues are impacting you at work so we can advocate on your behalf. Email us, fill out a confidential form on our website, talk with a USAC representative in your area. I am confident that, with the support that Chancellor Diermeier and all of the university administrators have shown to staff in recent years, the vital contributions of our Vanderbilt University staff, contributions that directly contribute to the university's success, will be documented, honored, and celebrated for years to come. Indeed, let's work together to make the next 150 years inclusive of staff's important work toward academic excellence, collaboration, collegiality, discovery, and service. Thank you.
I love going to rap, comments, and I just get energy from around the students.
I love being a part of Vanderbilt University because I get to see the mentorship that goes on day to day.
I love being able to talk and see the growth and development within our student body.
Just the people. I really love being able to collaborate so much with different areas across campus and be challenged by my peers to think and strive to be the best I can.
People are all in it together. That's really a great spot to start from.
In a moment, we'll hear remarks from Chancellor Daniel Diermeier, and then there will be the awards portion of our ceremony to recognize our colleagues who have gone above and beyond their duties and are the recipients of this year's staff awards. Each of the awards reflects a core value that we share here at Vanderbilt, and together they represent a small sample of the enormous impact of staff contributions to our community and our educational mission. It is now my pleasure to introduce Chancellor Diermeier. Since joining Vanderbilt in the summer of 2020, Chancellor Diermeier has been a great champion of our employee experience, and has instituted several programs to directly benefit Vanderbilt staff. Please welcome Chancellor Daniel Diermeier.
One of the favorite days of my year. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Vice Chancellor Churchwell, and thank you all for making the time to join us here today. It's my great honor to welcome you to the third annual Spring Staff Assembly here at Vanderbilt University, and we have a packed house today. Great to see. We held the first of these assemblies, if you recall, those of you that were with us at the time, online in the fall of 2020, right in the midst of the COVID pandemic, of course, to honor really the dedicated work, the extraordinary talent, and the commitment of our staff during these particularly taxing times. And then we held a second assembly with an expanded number of awards the following spring, and so the proud tradition of our twice-yearly staff assemblies was born. This year, I'm glad to say, we received the highest number of nominations for a staff award since the launch of this program, and I think that calls for a round of applause. Now, this increase in nominations should not come as a surprise. I think it's really a testament to the enormous amount of work that we have accomplished together this semester. Milestone achievements in the history of Vanderbilt, from the Clinton Global Initiative University to our sesquicentennial. We all know how to pronounce that word now fluently. We even have a verb, sesquitize, right? That is just as easy to pronounce. We had our capital campaign launches. We had the Summit on Modern Conflict. And then, of course, we had our rainy day feet turnaround in record time memorable commencement, which actually probably was arguably the best we've ever had. All in one spring, we accomplished so much more than perhaps even we thought was possible. And it was you who accomplished it. Because behind everything that exists at Vanderbilt, that's great at Vanderbilt, you make it work, working together, dedicated and committed to each other and to Vanderbilt. Every aspect of our transformative education, our path-breaking research, our innovation, our scholarship life on campus, every facet of our campus, from the technology that connects us to the beautiful grounds on which we walk every day. Everything, all of it, is enabled and supported by teams of tireless staff. And just as our university is a small world unto itself, our people do just about every kind of work there is to be done. You're architects, engineers, and early childhood educators. You are directors, project managers, coaches, scientists, and chefs. Very important, the last one. You're writers and designers and videographers. You're custodians and cashiers, librarians and landscapers, masons, mechanics, marketers, and more. You make up an incredible spectrum of individuals, and sometimes there's a catch at many universities. At some universities, this tremendous diverse array has little more in common than the domain in their email addresses. They might share a vague sense of pride in their school's athletic performance or general appreciation for the way in which working in higher education is more rewarding compared to other sectors. But dare I say, they have nothing like what we have here. A commitment to shared values, which unites us in common purpose that we call the Vanderbilt way. Just over a week ago, at commencement, that rainy day turnaround that we accomplished in record time, I told our graduates that the Vanderbilt way is more than how we do things here at Vanderbilt, that it is a good way to live one's life. But I believe that deep down, they already knew this, because our students see you, us, practice these values every day. Consider the vital sense of belonging we prize so much here at Vanderbilt. Take, for example, how recent events have thrust the LGBTQI community into the spotlight, and how the team in the office of LGBTQI Life has stepped up, courageously operating under threats to their own safety to provide programming for members of Vanderbilt's community and offering support throughout Nashville and Tennessee. These staff members are not simply doing their jobs, they're creating the culture of belonging that is imperative to our work every day. And in the midst of our ambitious spring, Nashville was heartbroken by the horrific shootings at the Covenant School. And connections to this school were deep across our university community. In this moment of tragedy and mourning, I was so heartened to see how we came together to take care of one another, even as the national spotlight shone on our city and in our state. This feeling of belonging that you all helped create is palpable to our visitors. I'd like to share a beautiful sentiment from a student attending the Clinton Global Initiative University, where we had over 700 students from 92 different countries. And that one student said, and I quote, "Vanderbilt is a home away from home and hospitality at its peak. Their commitment to excellence and service to the world is really splendid. It deeply caught my attention." And just as you help create community, that community helps to thrive on radical collaboration. I want to give you just one example. Staff members of the Faculty Senate Task Force for Ministerial Effectiveness, affectionately known as TAFE, are working across boundaries every day with faculty leadership to remove administrative barriers to our research so that it enables the path-breaking discoveries and innovations with so much positive impact in our world. The successful model of the Task Force for Ministerial Effectiveness is mirrored by the 50 Ideas, 50 Solutions in 50 Days initiative managed by the Wandry. 50, 50, 50. Notice the connection to 150 there. It's all works out. It's all well thought out. Is a staff-driven approach to make the changes that you know can best benefit our institution and our staff. It's innovation that comes from our staff, that our staff works on, and that benefits our staff. It's a demonstration of our commitment to ongoing improvement, to daring to grow, and to the lifelong realization of our potential as a community. Another example of this continuous improvement mentality, and one that's really dear to my heart, is the Vanderbilt Culinary Academy. In this rigorous, long semester-long experience of mentorship from Vanderbilt staff members, participants develop skills that enable them to quickly move up within the ranks of dining services or follow their culinary passions. And as they go through their journeys of personal and professional growth, they may like life better for all of us, for theirs is the work that literally nourishes us, everyone in our community every day. So I have to say, I was recently at the graduation ceremony at the Culinary Academy, and they have a great badge they designed. I was really blown away by that. It has a little V, it has two crossed knives, it's awesome. So very, very inspiring. In all, you're bringing our values to life is really, in my view, what distinguishes Vanderbilt from other universities and helps propel us to heights like those we have achieved this semester. And I want you all, and I hope you will, all take a moment of pride to go back and celebrate what we have done together. But as I always say, we're proud, but we're not satisfied. We know we have the potential and the capability to do even more. The coming academic year will be rich with such opportunities as we welcome a new incoming class, host 10 classes of alumni for their reunions. No big deal, that one, right? Continue to celebrate our sesquicentennial and sesquitize, and advance, by the way, the most ambitious fundraising campaign in our history. We'll further expand our global presence. We will think even bigger and reach even higher. In our research under Provost Raver's Discovery Vanderbilt initiative, we will offer innovative new programming for promoting free expression and civil discourse on our campus. We will find even more ways to rapidly translate our innovations and discovery to applications that serve the world, help drive the growth, prosperity, and impact of Nashville and Middle Tennessee. In all, we are poised to continue pursuing our bold aspirations, furthering our transformation from the regional institution founded 150 years ago to the great university of the 21st century. And as we close this semester, I want you to recognize that the incredible things we've accomplished together have required an extraordinary amount of work and energy from all of you. Daring to grow is, by definition, a challenge. And today, as we reflect on all we've done, let us take this moment to let it all sink in. Let us savor our strong sense of community and appreciate how much we are growing together as one community. I am so grateful, deeply grateful, for all that you give to Vanderbilt and for a shared purpose, especially in times when our bold ambitions and unexpected events put our people and systems to the test. The work we do is not just about any given task or event. It is not just about the greater glory of Vanderbilt or one individual. It is about the impact that we have collectively to this incredible institution called the Great Research University. It is about the service to our students, to our community, and the society as a whole. Vanderbilt was created 150 years ago to make the world a better place. And today, we do that in innumerable ways, sending ripples of good in all directions. And as some of society's problems grow increasingly urgent, these stakes get higher, and what we do together matters even more. Today, we are part of a noble mission. Let's never forget that. Our mission is a noble one and a mission that has never been more important than it is today. And so, at the end of this amazing semester, in this high point in our history, I say thank you and cheers to you for all you've done. Your work, your example, is the Vanderbilt way in action. You are doing it, you are living it, and you are helping us to dare to grow. I see it, our community sees it, and increasingly, as one CGIU said it, the world sees it too. And it is splendid. Thank you for all you've done for Vanderbilt. Thank you do for all each other. Thank you, and enjoy this day of reflection and gratitude in pride in what we've accomplished. Thank you. And now, before we present our staff awards, I want to take a moment to recognize a campus leader who's making a transition in his role and whose work has left an indelible mark on our university and on the life of his patients at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, where he is a cardiologist. His name is Dr. André Churchwell. And this very Dr. Churchwell has long been a transformative force for advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion at all levels of our community. Last September, he took an expanded role in the newly named position of Vice Chancellor for Outreach, Inclusion, and Belonging and Chief Diversity Officer. And he has tirelessly emphasized the importance of promoting belonging among all students, faculty, staff, and postdoctoral scholars, which is fundamental to our mission to realize human potential. Dr. Churchwell is also engaged with the national community on matters of diversity, equity, and inclusion in collaboration with the Division of Government and Community Relations. Throughout his distinguished career, he has sought to bridge divides. He has worked to build a Vanderbilt community in which students, faculty, staff feel supported and connected. This is why I'm fortunate that he will now join my office at the end of June as a senior advisor on inclusion and community outreach. Transitioning to this new position, he will draw on his experience, expertise, and insights, and deep humanity to advising on a range of issues affecting Vanderbilt at Nashville. Dr. Churchwell, I'm grateful for all you've done for Vanderbilt, and I look forward to continuing our collaboration.
That was not in the book.
I got to be ready for that one. All right. So, with that, let the awards ceremony begin. So, for all of our award winners today, as soon as I call your name, I'll invite you to join Dr. Churchwell and me on stage as we present the awards. We begin with the Vanderbilt Early Impact Award, which recognizes staff members who have worked at Vanderbilt for a minimum of 1 year and less than 5 years, and who have exhibited excellence performance that shows promise of future growth. And growth is what we're all about. This year, we have 2 recipients of the Early Impact Award. And our first winner is Ashley Haddard. Ashley is Program Manager for Research with the School of Medicine Basic Sciences. Ashley oversees the research. She makes her way, she's just right in the back there. She makes her way on stage here. So I will until she arrives, okay? Ashley oversees the research operation within the Department of Pharmacology, which includes managing departmental spaces, there's that word, space allocation, and equipment. When she started in December 2019, she began cataloging, preparing, and organizing resources into a workable system. It was a transformation. That was the first sign that Ashley is a person who has never met a problem she could not solve. One colleague observes, to me, she appears to be ubiquitous, which is she's always there when you need her. If you need to get into the lab on the weekend, but you have misplaced the keys or the key card, Ashley's there. If you're launching a new lab, you know their contractors and vendors and the purchasing system, Ashley will help you manage it. She smooths the way for everyone to do their best work with skills, diligence, infectious optimism, and a great sense of humor. Congratulations, Ashley. Our next recipient of the Vanderbilt Early Impact Award, and you remember the definition? More than one, less than five, big potential, is Brian O'Callaghan. Everybody's sitting in the back today for a greater dramatic effect, I think. Okay, very good. Brian is a teacher with the OWLS kindergarten program at the Child and Family Center. His methods, his approach integrates music, ecology, play, and learning outdoors. Sounds great fun. He takes advantage of being on a beautiful green tree-lined campus and using that environment as a tool in teaching and learning for his young students. And his students learn and play outdoors. And as they do that, Brian also helps them to understand their role as good stewards of the earth. He creates a classroom environment where children feel safe, affirmed, and inspired. And he transformed the classroom and students into a strong, caring community. He's patient as he works with his students and sets a role model for everybody else. And he sets a fine example for his young students, the youngest members of our community, for being caring and compassionate as an important attribute of dedication and strength. Congratulations, Brian. All right. Next is the Mentorship Excellence Award, which goes to a staff member who serves as a role model by inspiring colleagues and promoting their professional development. So you're kind of the growth manager in charge, so to speak. This year's honoree is Angela Eads. Angela is director of the School for Science and Math at Vanderbilt and interim director of the Collaborative for STEM Education and Outreach. Angela leads staff and postdoctoral fellows of the School of Science and Math at Vanderbilt. SSMV, that's the acronym, is a joint venture with Metro Nashville Public School that offers research experiences to high school students. She has a passion for learning and for learning by teaching others. A team member says, about Angela. We have been given an excellent model on how to be a mentor through Angela's mentorship to us. And in turn, we serve as better mentors to our students. She takes time to meet with her team members, introduces them to her networks, and helps them to build their own networks. She helps to ensure that all are moving forward at their respective career goals. When Angela took on the additional role of interim director of the Collaborative for STEM Education and Outreach in 2021, she gained even more responsibilities and more team members and therefore more opportunities to mentor. But she has continued to mentor each and every one and gives her team the confidence and support that enables them to succeed. Congratulations, Angela. Ooh, this is a good one. Next, we present the One Vanderbilt Excellence Award. This award recognizes a staff team, department, or group that has demonstrated collaborative excellence on behalf of the university community. We'll have two winners today, and the first team is the Facilities Grounds Crew. Come on down. Okay, I'll read their names as they come up, okay? So the team members being recognized from the Facilities Ground Grace are Peter Duguay, Ryan Espinoza. You gotta come up, everyone. Daniel Fleet, Clarence Gardner, Holly Harden, David Hobson, Matt Holzmer, Henry James, Joe Kovolin, Lee Langley, Anthony Lewis, Demetrius Lewis, Brian Loftus, Michael Newsom, Chris Thompson, and Jeff Wakefield. While they're getting their awards, I'm going to tell you what they did. So in December of 2022, everyone was excited about winter break. Alas, a winter storm swept in, bringing brutal cold, dangerous wind chills, ice, snow, and power outages. The Vanderbilt campus was mostly deserted at this point, but no. The grounds crew knew there were still some students and staff on campus and buildings to be protected, so they came back to campus, sacrificed their holidays, and worked to help keep everyone safe. And we're talking about single-digit temperatures here. Long hours, working late into the night. They were cold, they were tired, and like everyone else, a little nervous about the weather. Dear award winners, dear Facilities Grounds Crew, dear One Vanderbilt Excellent Award winners, we thank you for your dedication and extraordinary efforts that help keep the campus running and kept our people safe. Congratulations. All right, let's go in the middle. We need it. We do two. Okay, now the photography. endangering our photographer here to get the shot in, but it's all worth it. So, the second group being awarded the One Vanderbilt Excellence Award are staff members from across campus who were vital to the success of the Clinton Global Initiative University at Vanderbilt. And as I read their names, I ask them to come upstairs. Elizabeth Bumpers, Government and Community Relations. Brenda Cole, Office of the Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education. Midori Lockett, Government and Community Relations. Lynn Maddox, Government and Community Relations. Dana Meeks, Communications and Marketing. Mark Stannard, Vanderbilt University Public Safety. Jill Stratton, Academic Support and Community Engagement. Johnny Vanderpool, Vanderbilt University Public Safety. One of our own, Alex Wendt, Office of the Chancellor. And Erica Rayleigh, Vanderbilt Catering. Can you get all of us? Yes. All right. Thank you. So here's what they did before they're all leaving, okay? So CGIU brings together aspiring leaders and global experts to develop innovative solutions to the world's most pressing challenges. During the annual meeting, students from across the globe, experts and speakers gather here to learn from each other. The Clintons participated in the meeting, all three of them. It was a big deal. The event required coordination and partnership involving hundreds of people across campus, community organizations, local law enforcement, elected officials, dozens of vendors, the Clinton Foundation, and the Secret Service. And all the team members. And when they were getting ready, and everybody was working together, they did it while they were also working for the other events we have coming at spring, like the sesquicentennial, like the campaign launch, like the commencement. But nevertheless, they came together to create a memorable, transformative experience. They brought Vanderbilt global recognition, they strengthened our partnership, and they forged connections among future leaders from around the world and Vanderbilt students, faculty, and staff. And then, of course, there was a last-minute challenge, which we all know, and we were used to at this point. On Friday, when we were getting ready and everything was fine, we had record-level winds and a tornado warning, testing our beliefs in the power of tents to stick together when we really needed them. It turned out, no pun intended, to be a watershed event for our campus community and for the students participating event. Congratulations to you all and for your hard work for Vanderbilt. Oh, I've got some good ones here. That'll be excellent. Okay, our next award is the Diversity Leadership Award. This award recognizes a staff members who have exhibited an outstanding commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion, have demonstrated exemplary contributions to developing a culturally diverse and welcoming university community. We have 2 honorees in this category today. And our first recipient is Jermaine Soto. Strategically placed in the last row and at the edge. Jermaine is the Director of Faculty Development in the Office of the Provost. Awe-inspiring is how a colleague describes Jermaine's dedication to inclusiveness at Vanderbilt. Before Jermaine joined the Office of the Provost, he was a director in the Office for Equity, Diversity and Inclusion, and in his current role, diversity and inclusion are of course foundational of how he realizes his duties. His work with Owen is a great example of how Jermaine has expanded faculty awareness on the importance of EDI in faculty recruiting. He worked with them on using systematized means of evaluating candidates, developing thoughtful and targeted rubrics specific to their disciplines, and engaging in open dialogue to think carefully about the skills and goals of prospective areas and then using them to assess qualifications fairly. He brings an intergroup dialogue approach and thoughtfulness to all of this and to all that he does every day at Vanderbilt. As a committee member, a workshop leader, a liaison, Jermaine is often the much-needed voice for inclusiveness, the guide for achieving it, and the partner who listens and invites conversation. Congratulations, Jermaine. The second recipient of the Diversity Leadership Award is Allie Jacobs. Located on the other side of the room. She is the education coordinator in the Department of Psychology and Human Development.
Thank you.
Her role is to ensure that students in psychology and human development complete their academic programs in a timely manner, and she is devoted to student success in all its forms. She had spearheaded many initiatives supporting students from underrepresented groups. She was a founding member of the department's diversity committee and helped change policy and launch initiatives across her areas of responsibility. She helped craft a successful grant proposal to support diversity in her department, and then she facilitated the use of these funds for diversity-related graduate student fellowships, and she helped with the diversity sensitivity student survey. Allie's, this is an important word, straightforward approach has enabled conversations, awareness, and opportunities to build understanding. With her finger on the pulse of students and faculty, and with her hallmark, cheerful frankness, she is helping make her department an inclusive space for student learning. Congratulations, Allie. Our final award today is the Commodore Award, given to staff members who have made significant contributions to Vanderbilt's pursuit of excellence in education, research, and community service. This year's Commodore Award goes to Kathy Smith, Associate Director. Kathy is Associate Director of Special Collections and University Archives. As our university archivist, She preserves and shares the history of Vanderbilt. During a 25-year career at Vanderbilt, she has developed a deep knowledge, and I can attest to that, of Vanderbilt's history by processing literally thousands of boxes of archives. She built relationships with many campus partners and systematically acquired collections that better tell the Vanderbilt story. Her efforts have enabled the libraries to maintain a relatively unbroken chain of university history and help preserve the university's full story, a piece of which has become a centerpiece of our sesquicentennial celebration, the university's founding letter from Commodore Cornelius Vanderbilt. Kathy has been an invaluable sesquicentennial resource, finding content and photos, proposing pop-up exhibits, assisting others with their sesquicentennial policies. The list could go on and on. I want to attest one thing. When we opened that time capsule there, she had a very unceremonious way to dealing with the old newspapers there, which was also great. The list could go on and on, given her knowledge of the archives and the way she speaks to our mission. We are so grateful to have Kathy to shape, preserve, and connect others to the Vanderbilt story, not just during our sesquicentennial, but in every year that she has been a vital part of our community. Congratulations, Kathy. Congratulations to all our award winners today and to all our staff members. I'm grateful to you for sharing your talents and your time, and for your dedication to the Vanderbilt community. We could not do this without you. Again, our winners are just a few examples of the commitment, creativity, talent, and heart that are on display around the staff every day of the year. I know that all of you here are probably thinking of many more staff members that you personally know, even as I speak. And that is a testament to the kind of people who work at Vanderbilt. I'm deeply grateful to all of you for sharing your talents and your time, and for your unsurpassed dedication to Vanderbilt. And before we head to the reception, one final word. I cannot overstate how important it is for all of you, for all members of our staff community, to take a little time for rest and rejuvenation this summer. Please enjoy quiet moments on a beautiful campus while the students are gone. And support one another to take any well-deserved PTO for time with your loved ones or your personal passions, or before finally you can catch up on the things you wanted to do all year. Enjoy the new Juneteenth holiday and this year's additional administrative closure day on July 3rd, so that we have a little longer Independence Day weekend. Wherever you go this summer, near or far, take Vanderbilt with you. Carry our shared values throughout your life. And just like I shared with our graduates last week, remember that throughout your careers and endeavors, Vanderbilt will always be here for you. So, when you can, take time to dream, to reflect on our great work, our wonderful accomplishments, and to imagine new ways that we can keep daring to grow together in the year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor, for the unexpected comments. I look forward to spending all the time I can here at Vanderbilt, serving you and this great university that I love. So thank you again for those remarkable remarks. I hope they were taping that. My wife needs to see that tonight. Okay. And Steve, we have to talk later because there was a gap in the program. Now I understand why there was a gap there. Congratulations to all today's awards recipients. I'd like to thank Chancellor Diermeier and USAC leaders Adam McKeever-Burgett and Jennifer Bennett for joining us today and addressing Vanderbilt University staff. We'll be sending out a short survey about this event, and we would appreciate all of your responses to better learn how we can celebrate our staff. For those of you in person, I welcome you to join us for a reception in the courtyard outside this building. For those who are involved in the Wondery 50-50-50 Ideas to Solutions event, please stay and stay here for a moment and join us on the stage to take a photo with the Chancellor. To everyone else who's joined us here today for the 2023 Staff Assembly, thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful summer. Great.